Yo guys, it's TNN and today we're going to unbox and review the QWOO outdoor solar light. So this can be for your driveway or your garden or anything like that, or your outside door. Very powerful solar light, and it's also got a sensor on there as well, so it's a sensor light as well. How awesome is that? Let's pull this out of the box. So this is the light. Nothing else comes in the box. It is a very plain box, no pictures, no drawings, no information at all. Very simple, very plain box. Guess you can say you like that, saves the environment, and you can also reuse the box, but other than that it is very boring and plain. I've covered the bubble wrap. Inside the bubble wrap, again, packaging very plain, very simple. We got the light over here, we got an instruction manual on how to set it up, what they do, and we got 4 screws and 4 wall plugs as well, so you can install it into your wall. Right, so other than that, let's have a look at the actual device and get closer looks on it. The main device, and as you can see, we've got multiple LEDs all around. This light is sort of like a floodlight, like a mini floodlight. We've got a solar panel on the top over here. We've got the logo over here as well, so that's QWOO. We've got the sensor over here. It is a plastic fill as well. It is very lightweight, cheap plastic. I mean, it is a very low quality product, but it's built quite well as well. If I give it a little squeeze, there's no creaking or anything like that. There's no cracking. So it's very well built, and also low cost as well. As you can see over here, if you see on the back over here, we do have these 2 screw holes over here, so it does come with 4 screws and 4 wall plugs. You can see over here, 4 screws, 4 wall plugs. That's probably for if you cock one up really. It does only have these 2 holes over here for 2 screws, so yeah, I guess they gave you extras, so hey, what the hell. Now at the back over here is probably where the main feature is there are 3 switches here: off, 1, 2 and 3. Now each one has a different function. So off is obviously turning off. Option number 1 is sensor mode. That basically keeps the light off at all times during the day when there's sufficient natural light. In the night, the lamp remains off until the sensor detects nearby movement, and then it will turn off. So that's the sensor feature. Then we also have all lighting mode. All lighting mode is the mode that keeps the light off at all times during the day when there's sufficient natural light. During the night, it keeps the light on in bright mode all the time, so it's always on at night. And for it to be done, it needs to be fully charged for 7 to 8 hours, and it will last for about 6 hours. The third option over here is dim mode. That keeps the light off at all times during the day. When there's sufficient natural light, it will turn on the light, but it will put it on dim mode. So there's that as well. So most people are probably going to want it in sensor mode, but you can put on any mode that you want. So constantly on at bright, constantly on at dim, or sensor mode. So if I whack it onto option number 1 right now, that is sensor mode. So only when there is insufficient light and there's movement in the sensor, then that will turn on. So if I turn it on to option number 2, option number 3, we're going to have to turn my studio lights off and try and get this to power on. So if I turn these off, and look at that, look how bright this light is. It is very bright. I'm putting it on the back over here, and it's literally lit up everything. You can see my whole hand. See over here, nice and clearly. It is a very bright light. Bam, and all the LEDs work, so it's actually really good. So it's realised that there's insufficient light. If I turn my lights back on, and it turns off, so it knows that daylight is back, turn the sensors off. So it does definitely work, and you can see over here, as soon as I turned the light off, it did power back on. So let's try that one more time. If I turn my lights off and I move around the sensor, there you go, found some movement around the sensor, it powers on the lights. Once it found the movements off, it will power off the lights, or once it finds that the daylight is back, like so, it powers off the light. So it works perfectly fine. The sensors are very good on this device. For the price you pay, I think this is a really good light actually. To have outside your house or in your garden will be really useful if there's any people walking by. It also sort of keeps away the thieves, so it's quite good security as well. So if you have it on your front door, anyone that's trying to steal from your house at night, suddenly the lights turn on, everyone looks, everyone can see what they're doing, they run away. So it's quite good like that. Also quite helpful for your own security, so if someone comes at night, you can't really see them, this light will turn on automatically and then you can see them, who it is. Another thing is you can put it in the garden, so if any foxes or anything go by, this turns it on. Foxes get scared, they run off. So it's quite a useful light actually. I mean, it's really good security light in my opinion. Other than that, I think it's really good. I mean, overall score, I give this 9 out of 10. Only thing that doesn't please me about it was the cheap quality plastic, but then you have to cut costs somewhere, so that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. It does the job. It's very bright, the sensors work very well, it's solar, you know, no power cables or anything like that need to go through, no batteries, it is all solar powered, and it is also waterproof. You know, that's why it's got this cover on the back over here of the switches, just to be outdoors, and I think that's really good as well. So if you're interested in purchasing this, link to buy will be down in the description. As always, thanks for watching, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned guys.